This is Steve Schiffman, and I want to thank you for joining me in this webcast podcast that we put out virtually every single day. Now, sometimes we miss, but we put out every single day. And today, I want to talk to you about something that maybe you haven't even thought about, but it still has to do with sales. You know what this is? If you don't, you should. This is, right? It's a shoe tree. This goes in your shoes when you take them off. Well, it goes in the shoe. And what it does is keep the shoe in shape. And if you do this every single night, it also absorbs the moisture. And you do this every single night, your shoes will last. And last. And last. They could last 10 to 15 years. Maybe even longer. So why am I telling you about this? Well, this particular item they come in two, shoe tree. If you don't know what they are, go out and get them. And by the way, you should have them in your shoes. Women too. Costs about $25. $25. Of course, your shoes might cost less or might cost more depending on who you are. But this costs $25. How is it sold? Well, a good shoe salesman at the end of the sale says, Mr. Schiffman, you just bought $200, $300, $400, $100 shoes. And you want them to last. You got to have this too. Now, what did he just do? On a $100 pair of shoes, he just added 25%. He just added $25 to that sale that I wasn't thinking about. This is the last thing I think about. This isn't something I go, whoa, let's bring this in. I don't think about it. And you don't think about it. But he does or she does because they're selling shoes and they want to increase the amount of money that you buy. So they cross-sell. So that's our lesson for today is cross-selling. Do you cross-sell? Do you upsell? Do you mention to people that you have additional products that really will help them, in this case, keep their shoes viable for 10 years? Do you say that? Do you ever say, Mr. Prospect, you really should have this? For example, show something interesting. Just another item. This, look at this. This is what people use to clean their glasses. This costs $6. $6. But if you spent $300 or $500 or $600 for glasses, that's nothing. But it is something to the salesperson who, if they know what they're doing, make sure that's included in your price, in what you're buying. $6. That's $6. What's $6? Well, what do you think the profit is on that? It's going to be more than $6. I'm sorry, more than $3. But you have to start thinking about cross-selling. What are the things you can bring up? What are the things you can bring up to people that are going to say, you know, I should have that too? Important. These are the things that salespeople need to know and need to do on a regular basis. They need to say, if someone is buying a stapler, they better have staples. If someone is buying a flashlight, they got to have batteries. If someone's buying a kid's toy, they got to have batteries. And if you're not bringing that up, if you're not mentioning that, if you're not cross-selling, if you're not upselling, you're leaving money on the table. I went to a restaurant the other day. Waitress said to me, you want a piece of great apple pie. That's exactly how she said it. You want a piece of great apple pie. Pretty hard to resist that. So I said, yeah, whatever. Well, that piece of apple pie was $5. $5 to the tab, plus the tip. She made money off of that. She also did something which is interesting. And I've had guys do the same thing. They come down to your level on the table. They actually sit down. Sometimes they sit across from you to take your order. You know, they're taught that. The little smiley face isn't an accident. It's taught. It's taught to get you to give a bigger tip, which in fact, statistically, you do. These are things that people learn. Now, in the selling that we do, we may not have the opportunity to say to somebody, do you want a piece of apple pie? Because we don't sell apple pie. But we can say, you know, Mr. Prospect, you should have the wiring for this. You should do this too. You should get the warranty. I love the warranty. I love when they sell a warranty. It's the warranty. You and I both know you don't need it. But the point is, they at least try. So the message today is, are you trying? Are you trying by offering alternatives, more product than simply what's on the stand there? I told you once before that the only reason anybody buys a drill, the only reason, is because they need a hole drilled in. They don't want this. Nobody wants the drill. I don't want it. I don't want to have to carry this around or put it away. But I needed a hole drill, so I bought a drill. But I needed a bigger drill because I needed a bigger hole. So all I want is the hole. If I could take that back, I would. So you've got to understand what it is that the person is trying to accomplish before you start to sell. What do you do? What are you trying to accomplish? Where do you want to be? Get to know the person. The real definition of selling is asking people what they do, how they do it, when they do it, where they do it, who they do it with, why they do it that way, and only then, helping them do it better. Help people do what they do better, and you win. You win. That's all that matters. You just help people do what you do better. You may not win that moment. It may take a while to come around, but it will come around. I promise you. I promise you it'll come around. Don't take away from today. People really need the hole. They don't need the drill. They don't need the product. They want the results of the product. But you got to find out what they're doing with it. Ask people, tell me what you do. What do you do with that? Okay? So, this is Steve Schiffman. I want to thank you very much for joining me. We appreciate it. If I can help you in any way, call me. Here's the offer today. Offer. 20 minutes, free consultation if you contact me. Just email me. Free. That's all you got to do. I will set up a Zoom conference. We talk for 20 minutes, no charge. Any question you have, I will answer it. I've been doing this for a long time. 9,000 companies, 500,000 sales reps, 70 books. All you want, and I'll give it to you free. Any question, I'll answer it. Okay, so Steve Schiffman, Schiffman at steveschiffman.com. Remember, if you have shoes, get a shoe trade. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And as always, you humbled me by your attendance.